Hey guys, can you hear me okay? If you can, let me know in the chat. It looks like we are live. So I wanted to just kind of do a little bit of makeup today with you guys. And I'm glad to see some of you are already in here. I'm hoping you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, no, thumbs up, maybe so. And before I start in on the eyes, I want to get a little bit of feedback. Hi Amber, Daniela, Bonnie, Nicole. Great to see you all. Great. So glad you can hear me. Okay, so just to let you know, you guys are awesome. Hi, everybody. Where is everybody watching? I always like to know that. Where is everybody today? Florida, Texas, got some South people. Norway, wow. Mississippi, Nashville, Tennessee girl, that's where I'm from. Florida, that's the Florida people. Oklahoma, I was born in Oklahoma, by the way. Washington, Arizona, Louisiana. Oh, Louisiana, Canada, Alabama. Okay, see, I can't have that Roll Tide business up in here, you know? I'm a tiger. Georgia, South Texas. Oh my gosh, Boston. If I miss you, I apologize. It's just kind of going fast. Omaha, Virginia, Houston. Wow. This is great, y'all. I'm so glad to see all of you in here. Thanks, Teresa. She said she can pull for the Tigers. So it's so great to see all of you in here today to watch me do my makeup, however boring that may get. But I am, I don't have a setup yet because I just kind of got back into doing live streams. I can't believe you're not like 30 years old. You're so cute. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I turn 44 tomorrow, actually. It is, yes, a crazy year. We're actually taking my son to college in like 10 days from tomorrow. So, hi. Oh, thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Hi, Gail. Let's see. Gail, it has you set up as being a moderator today. Do you want to do that again, or is that too much? I don't want to have you do that every single time if you don't want to. It's okay. But I know last time we had some issues, so thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I love that I have so many different ages following me. It's so great that, I have some younger and some older, because originally when I started this channel, it was, if you're not in your 20s anymore. Actually, first it was over 40, and then it kind of morphed into if you're not in your 20s anymore. But I know I have some people that are in their 20s, and I think it's great. So today, Michelle, my main goal was to show you guys, or just kind of while I'm chatting with you, do the eye look that I did in my dupes video from, was that on Sunday? Thank you, Lisa. She likes the paint color on my wall. It is Benjamin Moore Quiet Moments. I get asked about my paint color so much. It's funny. I try to put it in my description box. Yeah, thank you. The response to that dupes video has been really great. So my first question is, do you guys want to see me apply it from the Huda Beauty palette or the Daydream palette? I can do either one. I was just going to kind of do it because that footage was corrupted in as a B-roll in the other video, and I had to take it out. So I had it, overlaid over that footage, and I was so upset because I always like to show you guys me applying it if I can. But okay, most of you are saying the Daydream palette. Okay, great. So I can do that, and I'll just kind of show you what colors I'm using, and I'm just going to casually talk to you guys while I'm doing it. I'm hoping you can see it clearly. I'm using my MacBook camera, and I know it's not the best quality. It's not the usual camera that I film with. I don't have a fancy webcam set up for live streams. You have to have a special hookup for live streams if you're going to use your filming camera. Michelle Wong has it because she live streams pretty regularly now. If I get to where I live stream regularly, I will get that hookup. It's like $500 though, so I didn't really want to invest in it until I knew I was going to start live streaming regularly. So if this is going to be a weekly thing, it might be something that I, do invest in. So the dog behind me, yes. It looks, I did get a couple of Huda Beauties, but the Daydream is winning out. So what I'll do is when I go in with the color, I'll show you what shades it is in both palettes, and I'll apply it with the Daydream because the Daydream is kind of winning overall. So we're having a cool rainy day somewhere. I don't know what that's like at this time of year, unfortunately. So let's see. So Daydream, I'm just going to show you. I know I showed them in the video, but I'll show you them again. So we have Daydream and we have Huda. Huda. I hear it both ways. So they're laid out a little bit differently. The shades aren't in the exact order, but for the most part, the shades are somewhat similar. I did put swatches up. Like you can see this lavender shade in the Huda palette is not in here. There are some shade variations, but I tried to match it as closely as I could. Thank you, Susan. It's good to see you here today too. Why don't you do lives on Instagram? Well, I have some IGTVs on my Instagram. You can go check them out. I have done both. It's hard to keep up doing live content and regular content on both unless I just live on camera 24/7. And I do try to focus on my family as well. So I try to do a mix of both. And if I can throw in an IGTV, sometimes I'll do it. But I'm really kind of enjoying doing this, experimenting with this live on Tuesday. It just seems to fit my schedule on Tuesdays. It is also hotter than Hades here in Louisiana. Yes, I feel your pain there, and Sweet Tea and Me in Mississippi. Gail is asking me if I'm doing anything special for my birthday tomorrow. Kind of. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but my plan is, and I don't know if anybody's doing this too, but I have been singing constantly the Beverly Hills 90210 theme music all week because it's premiering tomorrow. It sounds stupid, but I went through that show in the same timeline that they did, and that was my show when it was on, and it is premiering, the reboot is premiering on my birthday, and I am going to sit and watch it with a glass of wine and be so excited. So that is my big plan for my birthday. Brooke, my 14-year-old, is going to dinner with some friends, and she asked me if I was okay that she went to dinner with her friends and wasn't home on my birthday. I was like, that's fine. I have other plans. So we might do something on the weekend, but tomorrow night, I'm just going to settle in and watch 90210 and be happy about it. Yeah, because I graduated in the same year they graduated. Like that was just such a part of my teenage years, and I'm just so excited about it. So let's start here. I'm going to start and talk. So let me show you what shade I'm using first, and then I'll keep chatting while I apply. So the first shade is going to be my transition shade, which is Bubbly from Daydream. And on the Huda side in the video, I'm going to use all one palette today, but because there was a slight shade difference, which Brooke also did point out to me. In the Huda palette, it is shade Play. So you can see there's just a slight difference. I actually like this shade in the Daydream palette better because I like the peachiness of it. So I am using Bubbly in my transition, and I am going to try and set this up so I can see myself a little bit better. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. Heather, I had a lot of friends that went to University of Tennessee. Do you miss him? I'm sure you do. Your son. Oh, good. At least some people got the YouTube notification. Awesome. I know Luke Perry, you guys, I was so sad about that. I can't even begin to express how sad I am. Sorry, I'm having a ruckus over here. So I have my Simple Human mirror over here, which is giving that reflection. I'm hoping you guys can see my eyes okay. You know, I usually do one eye at a time on video. And correct me if I'm wrong, my husband told me that he was not going to be in the reboot anyway. I didn't really pay attention to all that, but so I guess it wouldn't make any difference. Maybe I'll try using this. I'm so spoiled by my Simple Human mirror because it shows up close so well. It's hard for me to go back to using a palette mirror. Can you see okay there? That eye anyway? I'm hoping you can. I'm a little more well lit over here because I have two windows right in front of me here and here. This is right in front of me. And then I also have a window to my right over here. I don't have a window over here. So that is why there's always a little bit more light over there on that side. Okay, so, you know, the show's not going to be different without him, I guess. You know, that was the saddest thing. I was really upset about that for several days. I mean, I still am. It's just, I wonder if they're going to acknowledge it somehow on the show. I hope they do. So I'm just taking this kind of above the crease and just swirling it and swishing it and not being precise at all. Luann, I'm sorry you're feeling bad today. Hope you feel better. So let's see. Those of you that have kids that are going back to school, when are they going back? Do they go back soon? I know, it's just so tragic when someone passes so young. August 22nd. Okay. Brooke goes back on the 12th, which is next week. So it is starting soon. I mean, I feel like she's never home anyway, so it really doesn't make much difference. I can't really get you guys any closer because I can't zoom in with this webcam. I wish I could. I'm hoping. Let me know if you guys can at least somewhat see what I'm doing from this distance. This isn't ideal. If I upgrade my webcam equipment, we'll get there. This is the Sigma E40. This is in my Stephanie Marie Sigma brush set. Some of you might be new to me and not be familiar with this, but it is on the Sigma website. Once this is over, I can put the links to things that I use. I linked the palette, but I didn't link my brushes, so I'll make a note. But this was my Sigma favorite brushes that I put together and collaborated with Sigma on that I use all the time. And oh, by the way, I do already have foundation and concealer and powder and all that on because I'm finishing up a foundation road test. So I already put all that on. I just don't have, you know, my color cosmetics on. So that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so yeah, the 12th. Gail has that set. Foundation. This foundation. I was going to put it up Thursday, but I'm not sure if I can get that edit done in time because I just don't know if I want to film tomorrow on my birthday. So I think I might actually have a collab video going up on Thursday, and I might put it up on Sunday. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about this foundation. I've actually been trying it for a while, and other videos have gone up earlier than that. So it's going up. I promise it's going up. Let's see. What brush do I want to use underneath my eye? I don't know if I can link this one or not. No, they always start early here. And are you asking about school? They always start around this time. And it's mostly because I think, well, we have Mardi Gras break, which is different than other places. And yes, I'll mention the Sigma brushes in my collab. Hold on one second. And then they do give a buffer for hurricane days as well, because we just never know what's going to happen with the weather down here. We're so lucky. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews, Erica, for this foundation. I've seen a little bit of both. It just depends. So let's see. The number of the brushes that are in this. Okay, before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line with this shade, by the way. So the brushes in here, oh, look, I did leave all 4 brushes in here. They're all untouched and clean. This is perfect. So these are brushes that I use a lot to multitask. Okay, I did not intend to promote this brush set in this at all, but these are brushes that you see me use all the time. So you have the E40, and this is a brush that I use for my transition all the time. Then you have the E25, and this is what I use in my crease and outer corner if I'm diffusing the outer corner, which I will use today. And I have, which actually has some sticky tack on the back because I used it for a photo. What is this? E64, and this is what I use for powder under my eye, use it for highlighter, use it to set my eye primer. You can use it to contour the nose. You can use it for a lot of different things. I really like this brush a lot. All of these are just really soft. And then this is the brush I use for contour all the time. This is the F40. Some people use it for blush. If you like an angled blush brush, I don't usually use an angled blush brush. This is my contour brush. So, but it can be used for that. So that is the 4 brushes, and they are already priced at 20% off on the website. I think it's 20%. I kind of forgot, but it is in my description box. There's a link to it in my description box already. So I just remembered that. I try to keep it in there if I can. So that is the Sigma. What is this called? You guys, I haven't talked about this in a long time. Sigma Favorites Stephanie Marie brush set. There you go. It's weird to have my picture on something. So yeah, you guys get snow days, we get hurricane days. And yes, oh gosh, somebody's got somebody good. I mean, Mama Kay has her daughter going back to school tomorrow. And yeah, you guys will just have to see how I feel about this foundation on my oily combination skin in my climate. Sometimes climate makes a difference. Well, actually all the time climate makes a difference. I have not seen the Cloven Halo Liquid Skin Tint. Oh, I love me some hyaluronic acid. If it's got it in there, I usually like it. This is a Luxie brush. I can't read the number. I'll put it in my description box at some point today. It may not be in there right after this loads, but I'll get it in there at some point today. So just check back. I'm just doing this same shade on my lower lash line. It just kind of makes the lower lash line look a little bit bigger when you put a soft beige brown shade. I do it with bronzer sometimes. So yeah, it's all over the board. I find some people go back in September and some in August. I always felt like we went back really, really early. So I don't know. I kind of like, I'm one of those parents that really likes having my kids here. So I never really liked it that they went back so early. Okay. Okay. This is not really one of my favorite brushes to use underneath my eyes. I just cleaned all my brushes last night and pulled this back out to mess with it again. And I think I'm going to put, oh, the brush I normally use is drying. That's why I don't have it in here. That makes sense. Okay, so in the crease, I am going to use, oh, you're welcome, Zari. Zari. You're welcome. I'm glad you found that helpful. I mix up brushes so much, but those are always staples for me. And I do use a lot of Sigma brushes, and it's not because they send me stuff. It's because I was buying them before, and I do continue to buy them. You know, if I see something on their website that looks good, I'll buy it. They're really good, I think, for the price point. They always run sales too. And they do every now and then do worldwide shipping, either at a discount or for free. And I don't know, I like that they do worldwide shipping at all because not many companies do. So let's see, in the crease, I have notes because the shades don't correlate in order. Sunkissed is what I used in Daydream, and that's what I'm going to use today. That's right here. And in the new Nudes palette, that is what I use. Teddy is what it's called. So I'm going to be using this one today. And it's weird because they don't look the same in the pan, but they correlated when I swatched them. I was trying to get the shades that looked the closest, and those did. So I'm taking that E25 brush that I just showed you from my brush set, not on purpose. This is just what I use a lot in the crease. Let's see. Just checking the chat, you guys. Okay. And also, I need to do an updated skincare routine playlist. This I've been asked about that a lot lately. So that is on my radar for you as well. So I'm just taking this. I try to just look straight ahead into my mirror and not cover up my face. Northern Ireland. I want to go to Ireland so bad. That is on my bucket list for sure. So I always place my brush. First, I get the hair out of my face. That is helpful. And the foundation I am wearing is the new Urban Decay Stay Naked. I am finishing up my foundation road test. I mean, I've finished up my testing. I am just hoping that this afternoon I can actually film the ending to it. So the shade in it does not match me. So I can tell you the shade, but it is about 2 shades too light for me. I'm having to mix, spoiler, I'm having to mix 1 full pump of Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy in with it, and this is shade 40 WY. So, but based on the description online, it seemed like it would be my shade. I will address that in the video. So that's something I'm not exactly happy with about it. London, England. Man, you guys are from all over the place today. This is great. So I just kind of start, I look at where the top of my socket is and take it straight out and place the color there first and just start swirling it, because where you place your brush first is where you get the most pigment, and then I just take it into the crease. And I do it there because I want a little bit of a lift. Oh dear God, I just almost placed it in the wrong color and it was going to be way too dark. So that is what I do. So it's in the crease, but a little bit above the crease, because if I place it in the crease, see how deep set I am, you won't be able to really see it. So I do that and just kind of swish it in the crease there. Nothing too amazing here. I am thinking, and here's the thing, when I went to go pick this foundation out, okay, so Angela is asking me what shade of the Urban Decay Stay Naked will I buy next if it works. The reason that I ask is I have similar skin tone and the same oily factors. So I am going to have this review out, I think, on Sunday. I was going to have it out on Thursday, but I think I'm rearranging some videos for a reason. Using you guys as a mirror, I sat there for a long time with the Ulta girl, and she helped me put it on my neck, looked like it worked. And my friend Risa, you guys know Risa from Risa Does Makeup, I contacted her because we were both being sent shades from Urban Decay, and we both, as soon as I went into, all right, look guys, I'm by myself. I blow on my palette, sorry. You know, I'm not using this on anybody else. So as soon as I realized how light these shades actually were, I texted Risa and I told her she may want to go to Ulta, because I'd realized that both of us were getting too light of shades of foundation, that the shades we were getting were not going to work. And so she went in, and the shade that I got, 40 WY, I really thought was going to work. And as soon as I put it on, I was like, I should have gotten the 50 WY. so she went in and she got the 50 WY. You can see her review. Her review is pretty good. And, you know, she has, of course, she has, you know, oilier skin than I do, and she lives in a drier climate than I do, but I think she had some humid days as well, if I'm recalling correctly. So if I had to go pick it out again, I would get 50 WY. And I'm going to talk about that in the review that goes up on Sunday. I'll be a lot more thorough in the review on Sunday. Yeah, I think we're talking about that. I think we took a long pause, Lisa, Risa, and I, we took a long pause because there was just a lot of overlap in our subscribers. And so we were like, okay, I think we're inundating everybody with videos, you know, like with the same kind of content. I don't know. So I'm trying not to slurp my coffee with you guys. Hi, I'm glad you popped in. I love it when, you know, start seeing people kind of pop in the middle. It's great. And I know I did it a little bit earlier today than I did last week. Last week I started the live stream at noon. I'm trying to see if that's somewhat even. This eye is a little bit more hooded than this eye, and I feel like sometimes I have to go up a little higher with the color on this eye. Thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Anyway, I just, I have no idea what I was just saying. I just got lost. I literally just totally lost my thought. Is this something that just happens more when you turn mid-40s? Because it happens all the time. Risa and I talk about this all the time. This is actually my second alter ego palette. I didn't end up talking about the first one because I got it kind of late. I think they found my channel kind of late, and I got that palette, and then there were so many videos on it already. I was like, I'll just, you know, kind of, and I liked it, but I just didn't end up really reviewing it. I don't know. I guess I should have, but I have seen the new Anastasia palette. I have seen it. It looks really pretty. I haven't really looked at it too thoroughly yet. I know, Cheryl, I hear it gets worse with age, and it's not good. I'm trying to be really good about taking my vitamins and stuff, trying to stave it off and eating better. And I think that does help. But I also take a migraine medication, which I think makes it worse because it's a side effect of it. And I mean, I will literally just forget a word, and that's not good. So just like a normal word, every now and then, it doesn't happen a lot. It could be a lot worse. I know some people have had to stop this medication because of that. Okay, so in the outer corner, I used Sugar Plum. Let's see. Okay, well, I had picked up Huda first. Sugar Plum correlates with Love Bite from Huda. That is Love Bite. And here is Sugar Plum in Daydream, where my finger is. They don't look alike, but they do swatch very similarly. So that is what I'm going to use. But they kind of did look a little bit different on the lid. There was a slight shade variation. Yet it is because I have too much going on. You know, I laugh because I don't laugh. Sometimes I get really aggravated at my husband. And tell me if any of you can identify with this. Because, okay, I'm not calling myself a senior yet. I'm sorry, Selena. No, 44 is not senior. My mom says that too, though. It is 11:27 in the morning where I am. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. I was saying I did this earlier than the last live stream, which it was kind of lunchtime for people that time. But my stomach started growling so loud at the end of the live stream because it went until like 1:35 and I hadn't eaten yet. And I was like, okay, this is not going to work. Plus, a lot of times Michael will come home and I didn't want to just totally throw everything off if he needed something or needed to get in the room. And then he was like, okay, you're live streaming. I don't want to interrupt you, because sometimes he'll come home around lunchtime, late lunchtime. So I thought maybe I'll just bump it up a little. And then if we go into the noon hour, people can still pop in on their lunchtime, you know? So thank you for the happy birthdays. Don't call yourself a senior, Becky. You shouldn't. Let's see. So, okay. So I am using that Sugar Plum shade. Let's see. I kind of want to switch up brushes. Oh, I did tell you my brush. I need to get that out because I need to link it for you guys. So on that outer corner, I think I'm going to use this brush. This is the Sigma E45. See, I mean, you guys think I have stock in Sigma or something. I have other brushes. I really, you know, sometimes I use this brush, which is a Sigma E42. This is, I think this is one of their new brushes. This is a precision firm blender. It's smaller, and I might kind of mix these up to blend that out. But I'm going to take the E45 first and just dip that in, tap off the excess. Yes, Angela, I did talk about skincare routine. I am definitely going to, Baton Rouge right around the corner. It's where my son's going to be soon. I am going to be doing a new skincare routine. I need to. I've been asked about it a lot, and I feel like that I need to do one. And I feel like it's kind of a catch-22 with skincare routines because I do use some high-end products, and people will come in and always say, well, these are all high-end. You need to talk about affordable products. And that's kind of why I did an affordable skincare routine or affordable skincare products video, because I wanted people to have affordable options, even though I don't necessarily always use them for myself, because I think affordable options can be, I'm kind of digressing, can be really great. But at the same time, if people are asking me what I'm actually using, what is actually really working for my skin right now, I have to be honest about it. And I have to tell them, yes, it is an expensive essence, but this is what's made a difference or whatever, you know? So, you know, you don't have to use the exact products. And I want to give alternatives if I can when in the video as well. So I'm literally just kind of tapping this on and placing it. So it looks very unblended and bad right now. And that's okay. And I just I always use my lower lash line as a guide because I'm not in the mode to put down tape or anything like that, because this is just, you know, an everyday thing. Please know it doesn't take me this long to put on makeup all the time. I'm just chatting and reading at the same time. Oh, I'm excited to get Lisa's brushes too. I'm super excited for them. Some of those brushes sound really unique. Super excited. I have not tried anything from Huda Labo. I don't know why I find that so hard to say, but I love products with hyaluronic acid. What is a recent product that I tried that somebody was saying, oh, I'm trying a new facial spray. If you've been following me for a little while, you know I am enamored with this. Thank you, Deborah. That's very sweet. I'm enamored with the Yonka facial. I think it's called a toner, but it's just a facial mist. It's the way it sprays out. It just does something for my skin. And if I missed your question, please, I'm trying to get to them all, but I may miss it, and just feel free to ask again. I am trying one from Peter Thomas Roth that is kind of new. The spray sucks. It's just not a good spray. I wish it was in the same kind of mist as the Yonka toner. And even my sister with dry skin uses the oily skin version of Bianca, and she loves it. So I'm trying it. I really love the spray. And I looked at some of the reviews on it, and they're saying, there's a few people, you know, there's always a few that are saying that, oh, it's just glorified water. But when you look at the ingredients, you can clearly see there's hyaluronic acid and other things in there. Hyaluronic acid, when you apply it with other moisture, makes a big difference in your skin. So, you know, it's not just water. Hyaluronic acid is awesome. My favorite everyday foundation. That is such a hard question because it just depends on what I'm doing. And that's why I did the top foundations list. I'm very lightly just buffing this out with a Luxie brush that I will list in my description box at some point today. So check back. This is actually the Luxie 229 Taper Blending Brush. I'm hoping I can find the link to this. And I'm not really worried about blending it out too much on my lid because I am going to put that shadow there. But I didn't want to blend away the middle. And yes, the MERS says at this stage in my life, I need products that work. I don't care if they're drugstore or high end. And it's true. You kind of just really want to take care of your skin. If you can afford it, get the best products that work for skincare. I know I totally avoided the foundation question. I'm sorry. I just have so many. I feel like, what do I reach for the most for an everyday Urban Decay Naked Skin, which I do believe is being discontinued, and Chanel Velvet being discontinued, Dior Backstage. I love it. Let me see if I'm missing something. And see, I feel like I've been playing around a lot with so many different foundations that I'm forgetting probably things that I use on an everyday basis because I've just been foundation testing so much lately. I really have been liking the, I'm gonna knock something over. Did y'all hear that honk? I've really been liking this a lot, this Beauty Blender foundation lately. I tried it a long time ago and kind of forgot about it and pulled it back again. I was like, this is really good. So I don't know, I've been liking that. I have a lot, and that is why I did the top foundations playlist that I try to update and keep updated, because I have different foundations for different reasons and different levels of coverage if I want. And I do need to do one that's kind of radiant foundations, glowy foundations for oily combination skin, or skin-like or medium coverage or full coverage. The Too Faced Peach Perfect. My God, that's such a great foundation. I am great at putting on makeup and chatting. I don't feel like it, but thank you. Lisa, did you just see my dupes video? I compared the two. This is the eye look from the dupes video. Put a song, please. I don't know what that means. Yes, Becky, I talked about several Flower Beauty products in the dupes video that I'm doing this eye look from. The Chanel might be being tweaked in the, I think that was me, Selena, that talked about the Charlotte Tilbury and the Flower Beauty. But maybe Lisa did too. I don't know. I hadn't heard anybody else talk about it. And I know I saw that video a while back. Yes, birthday week. Thank you. It's tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim. I hope that's a good thing. I love the Dior Backstage. I just think it's so, so good. So easy to apply. So good. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the comments. I will be 44 tomorrow. 44. Mid-40s. I mean, I guess I'm mid-40s right now. Yes, so if you missed my dupes video that just went out on Sunday, or that just went live on Sunday. Oh, I was very confused. Thank you, Selena, for clarifying. I was like, wait, I hadn't seen that. And I know I saw Lisa's video. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, my dupes video from Sunday, which I think most of you guys saw that. The reception to it's been really great. And this is the eye look from that. Well, I'm not finished, but I talked about that Flower Beauty powder, which I used to set my under eye today. I'm so impressed with it. I can't get over it because I've never found anything that comes close to that Charlotte Tilbury for setting my under eye. I love it. And then somebody tells me they think that they are going to discontinue this, which I compared to my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. I mean, why do people have to tweak or discontinue products? Because that Chanel Lumiere Velvet foundation is wonderful. Maybe they're taking the alcohol out. That might not be a bad thing, but it does change the consistency of the products. It does. Bye, Deborah. Thank you for being in here. No, I know, Spesh is short for special, but that could be a bad thing if you say it the right way. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. You guys are very sweet. Angela, I had said earlier that when people asked that I was going to watch the reboot of 90210 and hang out with a glass of wine. That's what I'm doing actually tomorrow on my birthday. We may do something on the weekend, but that's what I'm doing tomorrow because I'm super excited about the reboot. I cannot wait. And it just so happens it's on my birthday. And I am going to apply this highlighter. I'm kind of just leaving this a little bit lighter than I did in the video. And the highlighter shade in Daydream is Glow, which is right here. And in Huda, if I could hold the palette right, is called Bare. So it's a little bit lighter in Huda than it is in, oh, hey, there I am. Oh, it's like Inception. Then it still works. It's still a little bit lighter than my skin tone anyway. So that's what I'm gonna use. It's called Glow. And the brush that I'm using is the Sephora Pro Small Shadow Brush. I believe it's number 15, and they do still carry this on the website. Like I said, I will link everything at some point today. So if it's not there when you go into the video, when the replay is there, check back a little later. And I'll have the problem. Whoa, I did not tap off the brush. It just went everywhere. Did you guys see that? So here's something that I do. If I find that I kind of go a little bit too low with the shadow, I'll take either a Bare shade or a highlighter shade, matte, and I'll just run it along here to kind of diffuse that a little bit. Just a little trick, a little tip. I also find I'm getting a little more hooded. It happened this year. And I'll inevitably get a comment on one of my videos that says I'm not hooded at all, and it drives me insane. Because I'm like, you can be moderately hooded or fully hooded. You don't have to just have no visible lid space, you know? And I feel like because this eye is more hooded, this crease goes down further. I always end up taking the shadow down further. So I'll do that sometimes. Thank you, Angela. I know I hit 97,000 this morning, so it's fun. It's exciting. Yes, for sure. Let's see. It is. I know. It's like, it's surreal because, you know, when you start your channel, you don't really have, I mean, I just went into it with no expectations whatsoever. You know, you just want to get on here. I mean, this anyway, I did. I just wanted to get on here and help people and give a real world perspective of just things I've been dealing with and doing, and review things and talk about what I like and what I don't like. And I don't know, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know, it's been such a great ride, and it's been so fun, and building this community, and, you know, then to turn it into social media consulting too, and helping people from that aspect. That's been really great as well. I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't know that was going to happen at all. So that's been awesome too. Oh, I have a birthday twin in here. Awesome. Happy birthday to you. So I am going to use Star-Crossed on the lid with my finger. That is in Daydream, and the shade in Huda is Crave, which is right here. Can you see that? So those are the two shades. And these are really, really interesting because they look glittery. Thank you, Becky. That's a very high compliment. Thank you so much. Editing I like it. I like the editing process. It can be tedious though, because you can film a video and it might take an hour to film, and the editing can take 3 to 5 hours because sometimes you're just doing the same thing over and over, you know, cutting and chopping and adding, and, you know, but at the same time, I don't mind it. It just can take so long to do that editing that you're just like, all right, come on, you know. If I had all the time in the world, I think I would like it more. But I love the creative process of it. It's just a, I don't know. It's just sometimes I just want to move on. You know, I don't know if that makes sense at all. But okay, so can you see? I'm hoping you. I know I feel like it's kind of grainy. But what do I use to edit my thumbnails? We literally just editing and all that was just mentioned. I use PicMonkey. Well, I use a combination of PicMonkey and Canva. Actually, I'm not sure if this is what I used the other day, but oh well, it's what I'm using today. So I may have used one of the other ones. So I didn't get any fallout just then at all. And I am going to use that same blending brush that I used a while ago just to blend out the crease a little bit. You don't have to do that, but I don't know. I just like to do that. And just to kind of buff those shades together. I just kind of like how it looks a little bit diffused right there. Again, if I do live streaming more, I will use my actual filming camera and get the hookup for it to where it works with live streaming. You just can't hook it up and go unless you have that special hookup for live streaming. So that's what that looks like. And I literally just pressed it on with the finger. And you can do that with this palette and not have to worry about a ton of fallout. Now I have a couple of little things of fallout, but not much. And I don't know if you can even see them. I just happen to see them in the sun, but they dust away pretty easily. Yeah. The edit, okay, I'm sorry. I use a combination of PicMonkey and Canva. I use PicMonkey to sharpen the photo. You can't really do much with the photo itself in Canva. So if there's anything that needs to be done with the photo in PicMonkey, I'm sorry. I know some of this is totally boring to some of you, but you know, you may need it just for general photo stuff at some point. You can edit your photo in PicMonkey if it needs brightening or sharpening, or if, you know, there's something that doesn't look right about, you know, your bronzer, you have a splotch, you just need to even out or something. So you can do that in PicMonkey and then save it and then go to Canva. And that's where I actually create my thumbnail. And I just import the photo from that I saved to my computer. You know, I just thought I didn't get any fallout and have one big old thing here. So, all right, there we go. And I'm going to go underneath my lash line really quickly with a little bit of that Sun-Kissed and Sugar Plum that we use, that and that, just a tiny, tiny bit on the outer third because I neglected to do that. So yeah, so that's what I do with my photos. And I keep templates in there just to make it easier, a little bit faster. So I don't go very heavy. You probably noticed this already on my lower lash line. I feel like something about my face just doesn't work with that. Shadow colors with her face powder. Okay, Becky, you said you saw a woman blend shadow colors with her face powder to cheat it. Explain that a little bit more. So Jennifer, all you have is a phone, a tablet, and your laptop, and you're thinking about starting a channel. Absolutely, you can do it with that. You don't need fancy equipment to start a channel. I started my channel on my iPhone. And, you know, my quality has improved since then. I would say if you're starting with just your phone and your tablet or a laptop, I mean, phones have great cameras now. I think you just need to find the best lighting source you can and set up there, because the better your lighting is, the better quality your videos will be. So that's what I would do, is just set up in front of a window, which, you know, don't use this webcam as an example here because this is not my normal quality, but I would, yes, I see you, Yusra, yes. Yes, but you can, absolutely. And thank you. I know you guys like to see Luke back there. He is back there. What do you recommend is the best waterproof shadow for tight lining for the upper lid? My eyes do water some. I really like NARS single shadows. If you're looking for an eyeshadow single, NARS, MAC, Makeup Geek are who come to mind first for me for that. I like that. Up toward the eyebrows. Oh, that makes sense, Becky. I guess so. Thanks for popping in. It was good to see you. Okay, so again, if I failed to mention any brushes, I will let you guys know what they are in the description box a little bit later today. So definitely check back. So I am going to go in with liner. And yeah, I love, and I have found out, I don't know why, but has discontinued other retailers carrying their shadows for some reason. You can find their shadows on their website, so I can link those too. I try to link what we've talked about in the description box. It'll probably be, I don't know, it'll be a little bit after this ends. I'll link what we've talked about. Maybelline Lasting Drama Liner is good too. But if you're looking for a shadow, I really like to line with shadow when I'm tight lining, and lining too as I hold a pencil liner. But I liked to use kind of a raisin color for this look, and I don't have a shadow. I'm glad that you can make it in here too, Minnie. The MAC Prep and Prime spray, I love that stuff. I use it to take away the powdery look from somebody sneaking in here while they're on the clock. That's awesome. So I use it to take away or kind of blend all of the powder products together. So it kind of just melds everything together and gives a more cohesive, put together look on your face. I don't have any color products on my face yet, so I can kind of show you to that. Actually, I kind of don't want to because, well, I'm pretty much finished with this foundation test. I can do that. And you can use it to wet dry eyeshadows if you want to wet them. You can, no, it's not for powder foundation only. It's if you use powder to set your makeup, if you just want to kind of give your makeup just a more diffused look. It just helps everything look really good on the skin. So if you know, after I put on my foundation and my powder, sometimes I'll go ahead and spray it with MAC Fix Plus, Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and then I'll go in with my color stuff, my bronzer, my contour, my blush. And then once that's all done, or after I put on my finishing powder, once everything's done, I'll spray it again, even before I put on setting spray. It just kind of gives everything, it just makes it all look better. I don't know how to explain it. It just has this way of melding everything together and make it look kind of more natural than it would if you didn't do it. Once you start using it, you'll realize what it does. So you got to kind of just get in there and play with it. If you use shadows as liner and you want them wet, it's a great thing to use. If you want to use foiled or glittered shadows, it can make them stay on longer. It's just a really, really versatile product. I've gone through countless bottles of MAC Fix Plus. It's one of those products that I think, you know, there's a reason why so many people talk about it all the time. It is really hard to do eyeliner and talk at the same time. And by the way, if I was using pencil liner right now, I would be done. Just saying. I feel like this shade of Urban Decay liner is stiffer than the other shades that I use. It's weird. No, MAC Fix Plus is not a setting spray. I think that is why some people that get it after hearing all the raves don't like it, because they realize that it doesn't help their makeup last longer, and it doesn't. It is not meant to make your makeup last longer. So, but it does help it look better. What is happening in this outer corner? All right, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, I'm just doing kind of a tiny little thing here, nothing major. Okay, all right. Thanks, Cindy, for being in here. I was asked which products I use to counter sagging skin. I am going to be doing an updated skincare routine, and I do have a skincare playlist as well that will help you look at some of the products that I use already. And let's see. I have still not tried this Tatcha Skin Mist, because every time I go to look at it, people talk about how it's really, really dewy. Really, really dewy. And I'm like, I'm not all about the dew. I make enough dew on my own. I'm not a waterlining girl. You know, it's funny, Marwa was just thinking that I've never done a video with all my favorite products or holy grails or anything, because I came on to the YouTube scene kind of after that whole ride or die thing, and I never got into the whole thing. I don't know, I never did it. And of course now I feel like it's kind of time for everybody to update their ride or die products anyway. I kind of probably should do a holy grail product video at some point, and that would be a great video to do. Full-faced favorite products of all time. Thank you for the birthday wishes. You guys are so sweet. Brittany, I feel you on the oily, humid environment. Wait, so you're talking about a different product than the original Skin Mist? What is this product actually called? I might need to try it. Thank you, Angela. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you, Tina. I'm so glad I'm getting back into this live stream stuff, because it's just, oh, did y'all just hear that? I just hit the computer, sorry. Well, I was gonna do my mascara with the big mirror, but it's kind of bulky, so I will not. I will use my small mirror. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving that like that, and I'm just gonna do mascara, and then I will do my, I'm excited for the reboot of 90210. We talked about that earlier. So excited. I have been singing the theme song in my head, or humming the theme song in my head all week. I can't take it. I'm so excited. So you know I will probably be on Instagram stories at some point, either before, after, or during commercials tomorrow. So if you guys are on Instagram, hit me up, because that's where I'll be. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I am Steph. Look, I'll type my name right now. I type faster than this in real life, by the way. Typing with one hand and holding a palette with another. .7. There. All right, sorry, I had to do a little moderating for a second. Thank you, Lisa. What concealer for under eye if you are always feeling dry? So what have you tried, Carla? I do have several concealer videos. Have you seen any of my concealer playlists That's what I would first ask you. And I also have a video on dry under eyes specifically. So if you haven't seen that video, that might help you. It actually starts out like dry under eyes, question mark. Okay, I definitely can't talk and put on mascara at the same time. This is a brand new tube of mascara, and I always feel like it takes like maybe a week for mascara to get fully, I don't know, buildable. Do you guys feel that way? See, I just don't feel, I know this mascara and I know how good it is. And I just don't feel like it's working as well. Let's see. Thanks, Susan. No, my hooded eye holds as much as a curl. It just is more difficult with shadow and liner than my non-hooded eye. So what eyeshadow? Oh, Valerie, that is like, oh man, you can use any eyeshadow products. I would recommend heading to my Challenging Eye series and looking there and looking and seeing what products I use in those videos. But I mean, there's such a wide variety of products that you can use. For liners, I would typically recommend obviously using stay put liners, you know, if you have a very hooded eye, so they won't transfer. You know, like Urban Decay 24/7s, I really love. And Pixie has some really good liners that don't budge. L'Oreal Infallible, Maybelline, I'm blanking on the name. Someone said it earlier. Stila has some that are pretty budge proof. Let's see. Okay, did I miss? I missed the name of the Tatcha. I'm sorry. Can Satin Skin Myth. See, satin would totally throw me off. Okay, I gotta look at that. Thank you, thank you. I am gonna have to look at that. Okay, so yes, definitely you guys come see me on Instagram stories tomorrow. I'm having a problem talking and putting on mascara, sorry. This is that Urban Decay Perversion waterproof. I sound like I'm lifting weights. Yes, I do love the caviar sticks. I had actually kind of talked badly about them before because I don't know. I'm actually going to top this with the regular Perversion because I need the waterproof to break in a little bit, you know, to get some bulk. And yes, Luke shot while I lean over. This might give people anxiety because I just fly through my lashes with the Lash Comb like it's nothing. And some people are so terrified of these. Not the purple bottle. I haven't tried anything from Tatcha except for their primer. I don't know why. Well, they're super expensive. That's why, you know, I have a budget too, guys. Okay, this makeup has taken me an eternity and I'm still not done with my face, but I did get some mascara on my lid. All right. Yes, I have all that Perfume stuff. I actually need, I feel like I've got all these things I need to try, or talk to you guys about. I have tried it. And I need to talk to you guys about, but I can't fit everything in all these videos. It's like I have just a backlog of videos that I want to do, and then something else comes up that I want to do first. And so it gets pushed ahead. And I mean, I've had that Perfume stuff and I actually really like it for its purpose. It's not going to be obviously something you're going to want to wear see, this is what I have issue with the hooded eye. For some reason, I always get more mascara on the hooded lid than I do on the non-hooded lid. Why is that? So now I have to deal with it. So you're gonna get to see my fix for that in a second. I do love the Daydream palette. What is my feeling on toner? You know, I used to not really be a fan of toner, but I've come around a little bit because of a few that I really love. And I think for me, it has to do with the purpose of toner and the ingredients in the toner. So I feel like when I was younger, what is my lighting doing? I can see it out of the corner of my eye. When I was younger, toners were about acne fighting, and they were harsh, and I felt like they stripped and did more harm than good. And now that I'm using them for more anti-aging purposes and the ingredients are really good for the skin, I think they can serve a purpose. So whether you use a toner or an essence or what have you, I think they can add great things to the skin. And, you know, in the cases of essences, they can help the products that you put on after them absorb into the skin deeper. And I don't know. I do like them. You know, like every morning I use that Yonka toner, and it's a spray, but it does something to my skin. It just does. I hate being without it. I won't be without it anymore because it just makes my skin look and feel better. And it's one of those things that I can't put my finger on. And I will be talking more about it in my updated skincare playlist, which is long overdue. I do realize that. My apologies for that. I do need to do an updated one. Okay, let's get this mascara off my lid, shall we? Let's see. What do I think of? I haven't tried Mascara Cosmetics. Wait, you got what at TJ Maxx? What did I miss here? Oh, the Paracone. Oh, I do like the Daydream palette. I think I said that a while ago. I haven't tried the Tatcha essence. I am so in love with my Amore Pacific essence, and you know, it's pricey too, but it has made such a distinct difference in my skin that that I have not felt the need to try the Tatcha essence. And I know a lot of people love it, but I am not straying from my Amore Pacific essence. I am thoroughly devoted to it. So that is how I got the mascara off of my lid, by the way. I just waited for it to dry and then took a spoolie and scraped it off. So that's my fix. Yes, they do. They also can reset your pH if you use the right one. You know, if you don't use the right one, they're going to mess up your pH. So yes, the right one can for sure be just such a good thing for your skin. Okay, I'm going to kind of fly through this stuff, but while still being thorough, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm taking my Kevyn Aucoin medium sculpting powder. Thanks, guys. I'm putting on my face stuff now. Now I look done here, but kind of pale elsewhere. And I'm taking my Sigma F40, the contour brush that I talked about a little while ago. That's in my set. And I still have to use this mirror. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, and I don't always contour, but I felt like since I did in that video, well, actually I really didn't in that video, but I did before. So I just take this and kind of, I don't like a harsh contour if I'm contouring at all. I do it very diffused like, and you know, if you have some chin issues, it can help. Or if you're like me and you have a large forehead, it can also help. So I kind of have to do this. Ideally, my hair would be back, or I would have an extra hand to hold my hair back, but I don't. So this is what we're going with. And I had somebody ask me one time about getting product along the hairline. And I think It's just not being afraid to actually go into the hairline. So, let's see. Now, it's okay that you're late, Nancy. There's a replay if you want to see the beginning too. You can catch it when it uploads after. I know I have, you guys, Amore Pacific. I feel like I'm late to the party because a lot of people really love it, and I tried that essence and it just put me over the edge. Well, then I tried that cleanser. I got that sample set. I think I talked to you about it a while back and in maybe a favorites video. And then I tried the cleanser and I fell in love with the cleanser. So then I bought a full size of it. Now, when I have cleanser, look, I'm getting all excited about Amore Pacific. I usually keep a separate cleanser in my shower and by my sink, and they're usually different ones, and I don't really worry about it. Oh, no, no, no. Now that I have this Amore Pacific cleanser, you really only need a teeny tiny amount of it, much less than other cleansers I've ever had. And it smells so good and it feels so good on my face, and it just, so I carry it from my sink to my shower, from my shower to my sink. I no longer have 2 cleansers. I carry it with me because I love it so much. I freaking love it and I can't stop using it. And so now I rejoined Octoly. Have y'all heard people talk about Octoly? It's just a platform where some brands are on there and you can apply to receive products, kind of like PR, and just talk about them. Like if you have to talk about them with a certain amount of days, it's part of the agreement, and you just give an honest review. It doesn't matter if it's good, it doesn't matter if it's bad, but it's a way to get, products that you would have had to pay for otherwise, which is kind of nice. And they have to approve you. And I've been rejected by YSL in the past, but they did approve me for my last product. Anyway, I got off of it for about a year because they had this breach, long story short. So I just got back on, and they had the Amore Pacific Essential Fluid. I don't know the official name on there. And I was like, order, and they approved me, and it should be here in 2 days. The line, I'm just so impressed with. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, who knows? It could be geared more towards dry skin. Take a drink, Stephanie. I'm just impressed, super impressed. It's pricey. It is pricey. I cannot lie, but if pricey works, pricey works. Okay, so apparently I've been giving the wrong shade of this bronzer. It is not Latera. They all say Latera. Why? Why do they say Latera when they say bronze please, and then they say Latera? I thought it was the shade. The shade that I have is number 3, Amalfi. Medium. Medio. Not medium. Medio. So I have number 3. Somebody thought that I had the lightest one. No, I do not have the lightest one. I have number 3. So this is my bronzer. And I'm using my big fat Marc Jacobs bronzer brush that I've never tried another bronzer brush like it. Okay. I'm just really excited today. The Amore Pacific, what channel? Oh, wait, y'all might be having a conversation on your own. Let's see. Yes, I've tried the Milani Bronzer. It is also good. Wait, clarification on what? Oh, the bronzer. I'm losing my mind. Okay, and I'm just kind of going all over the face. With bronzer, I am not precise with bronzer. I kind of just put it where the sun might hit, which is my nose, the tops of my cheeks. And I usually do tap off the brush because, I don't want just a big bronzer splotch somewhere. So I am going to use you guys as a mirror right now. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I hope you guys have a great day. Yes, I really like this bronzer shade. If you saw my dupes video. I feel like it's kind of in between my two Becca bronzers that I have, the Bronze Bondi and the Capri Coast. And I don't know, it kind of just gives that same effect on the skin, which is just really, really beautiful. And it has that same finish. It's kind of glowy. I feel like they describe this as matte on the website, but it is not matte. It's got a glow to it without being shimmery. I mean, you see how I just look like I had been out in the sun for a few hours, like more so than I did 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. So yes, I like it. Yes, catch up, Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer Joyce Beauty is here. She has a great channel as well. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Let's see. I didn't realize that was you that asked that question up there, Jennifer. Trying to keep up with the comments. The L'Oreal Summer Belle collection. Yes, this is part of that collection, isn't it? What all's in that collection? I think I've tried some things. I've got a bunch of L'Oreal stuff here that I picked up at Walmart, and I can't remember what's in it and what's not. But I'll tell you what I'm using right now for my highlight, the Persona Zuma highlighter, because it is so pretty. I just got it not long ago, and definitely late to the party on this one. Let's see. I have not tried the glosses yet from L'Oreal. Oh, I'm glad you like that Revlon Candid Foundation, Christy. It's so nice. It is really nice. It's, you know, it's not a matte foundation, but I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't always want a matte foundation. I hope you guys can see this. It's so pretty. And I always feel like whether it's in a video or a photo, you can always see my highlighter better on that side because that window's over there, or the extra window's over there, and I only have the one window over here. And I am not one that puts highlighter everywhere else. I just do the tops of my cheekbones. Yes, hello, Glow. Hello. It's so pretty. I love this highlighter. That's how I do it, Amy. Literally, that is how I do it. I take a brush and just swirl it. I think a lot of what people, well, not a lot. I think a mistake that people make with highlighter is they don't buff it in all the way. This is not the bronzer brush I used in my video. The bronzer brush I used in the dupes video was a Sigma big powder brush. I think it was the F30. This is the Marc Jacobs brush. Yeah, you just take a small brush. This is the Wayne Goss brush. You can use the e.l.f. highlighter brush. You can use the brush that's in my Sigma brush set that I showed earlier, the F64, the brush set that's linked in my description box. You can use this. You can use any just kind of small brush. And if you just kind of do a stripe and then you get scared because it looks like it's too much or it's too chunky, keep buffing it in and it starts to look more liquid looking because it fuses with the skin better. And I think that's, you know, people put on a little bit and they're like, texture, and then they stop. Keep going. And that helps a lot. And I don't, you know, with oily skin, you see other YouTubers take it here, they take it here, they take it here, they take it here. Don't do that if you have oily skin. I don't take it there for that reason. Sometimes I'll take it on the Cupid's bow a little bit. That's it, because I'm going to make my own highlight as the day goes on in these areas. So I'm not taking this there. Yes, Jennifer agrees. Yeah, if you don't buff it all the way in, it looks strange and it just sits on top of your skin. If you keep buffing it in circular motions, just on the top of the cheekbone or wherever, it will really just give you kind of that wet look. How would I contour my large nostrils? Okay, That's not nice of your son, but I mean, I could hear my son saying stuff like that too. Sons, gotta love them, right? Um, well, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to visualize. I would take a smaller brush. You could even take that F40. Let's see. I'm being asked how to contour large nostrils. So I contour my nose sometimes because it is slightly crooked. I have a deviated septum, and I take it on the side that is the larger side, or the where it's crooked, and put the shadow there. So you really kind of need to play with shadows and figure out where you need that contour. And that probably is going to take sitting down in front of your mirror and playing a little bit and placing shadow where you need it, where it's not going to be obvious. And that's going to be you. Are you uncomfortable with it? You know, to where you want to spend the time contouring that area, you know? And I wouldn't necessarily always take what my son says at his word, you know? I mean, so don't let him make you feel bad about yourself. So, but I would just take that and kind of just lightly dust over those areas, make sure they're blended in. And you could also highlight some of this area to make that look a little bit wider to even it up. Kids in general, kids can be harsh. The bronzer brush I used in my dupes video is not linked in that video. I was about to say it's linked in that video. No, it's not. It is the Sigma F30. Small brush. Jennifer Joyce trying to make a shadow to create a smaller nostril illusion. Okay, so yes, definitely go watch, I can't talk anymore today. Go watch Jennifer's channel, go catch her channel. She has a great channel. Okay, so I'm going to use the new BareMinerals. What are these called? Bounce and Blur blushes in Pink Sky. I love these. I think they're super cool. And you just kind of, I don't know, you could take a brush, but I just find taking my finger and just bouncing and blurring them on the skin, just like the name says, is kind of the way to do them. And these, I don't know, they kind of have a little bit of a sheen. I think they have some that don't have sheen to them, but it's not enough sheen to really, you know, do anything. But I just kind of want a little bit. Do I have a video on that? I think I have a video on that I can link for you. If not, I need to make one because there are several products that I don't splurge. I do have a video on splurge-worthy products. I feel like my son has already gotten better at 18. And, you know, my daughter's always been pretty darn good, so I can't really say anything about her. I hope that pink is showing up. Did you see how easy that was to just blend out? I love these blushes. It's so pretty, Becky, this blush. I know. I feel like I'm so lucky with my kids. I mean, Brady's had his moments, but somebody asked me earlier how old he is. He is 18, and he is going to college in 11 days, and I'm sad about it. I mean, it's only an hour and a half away, but you know, the house dynamic is never going to be the same. So I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time at the end of the month, probably, and probably copious amounts of wine. You know, whatever works. Oh, and for those of you who are keeping up, because I know some of you are, I did start Weight Watchers 2 weeks ago and lost 2 pounds the first week, and I lost 2.8 pounds last week. I know some of you were on last week's live chat and are following me on stories. So I'm hoping you can see that. I know I have kind of a shadow over here. It's just really pretty. Yes, husbands can do that too. I have one of those smart ass husbands, excuse my French, but yes, they can do that too. Good, Jennifer. That is good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm going to put on my lip liner before I put on my finishing powder. Gail, the Weight Watchers thing has been, Jennifer, I am up a good 2 sizes from what I usually am. I put on, I don't think you were on last time, but I put on almost 20 pounds in the past 3.5 years. It just kind of crept up, and it stemmed from a tragic family event, and I just got off my rhythm and I never got back into it, and just slowly it's crept up, and now I'm not fitting in over half my closet. And so I told on last week's chat, it was around this time in the chat, that a few weeks ago when we went on a girls' beach trip, it wasn't the bathing suits, it wasn't any of that. The teenagers filmed the moms doing the same dance they had done, and which was fine. I used to dance, whatever. I saw myself on video doing it, and I was like, who is that? Like, I didn't even recognize myself. And we came back, and that Monday I started Weight Watchers. Because I kept hearing people having success with it. And so anyway, I have tried off and on over the past, I would say 6 to 8 months, to do something. And it seemed like every time I would try something for about a week, I would get on the scale and I would see maybe a half a pound or no results at all. And so I would get discouraged and I would just stop. So to see 2 pounds after the first week, I was floored. I was just ecstatic. And so I kept with it, and I don't find it difficult at all, because you can eat anything, but it kind of does make you make healthier choices to stay in your range. And I love that there's freedom and extra points, and they've really simplified it since I did it to lose weight after Brady. So I'm loving it. Sorry, I didn't mean this to digress into like a weight loss thing. So I'm going to use the NYX Natural Liner. Lots of wine. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I know scales are not good. And, I really have not gotten back into fully working out yet either. So when I do start back, which I need to now, I'm blotting off. I have on the City Lips Lip Plumping Lip Gloss in Nude York, just to hydrate and plump my lips while I get ready. Good for you, Eileen. 9 pounds in 5 weeks. Octavia has been working for Brittany, down 10.5 pounds. We got all kinds of success stories. So, I mean, I think a lot of it is mindset too. Like, once you get into it and you realize this is what I have to do. And like this past weekend, actually, so my week starts on a Monday, and Sunday night, Brady and I went to go see Spider-Man, spur of the moment, and it was during dinner time, and we did the dine-in theater thing because, I needed to eat, and I'm trying to not eat past 8. That's just a personal thing. And we did the dine-in, and I ate half of a cheeseburger because that's what I wanted, and I had all these points left to use anyway. So I got that with the Brussels sprouts, which probably wasn't the best thing to get in a movie theater smell-wise, but it was the bacon Brussels sprouts. And the day before, I had sushi for lunch, and I was able to have all of that. Like, those were 2, to me, free meals, but I had the points for it. I still had 28 points left for the week, and I still lost 2.8 pounds. And I was like, and Michael was like, you can't have stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I can have it, but I didn't. I ate half of the burger, like a portion controlled it all. I didn't overeat the sushi. I had 1 roll and edamame. Like, I just am eating smarter. I'm portion controlling. During the week, I'm eating a ton of vegetables and fruits, lean meats, yogurt. I just feel like I'm eating so much differently, and I feel so much better. City Lips. I'll put a link in my description box. The links in the description box, I am filming something after this, so I'll have the links in the description box within maybe 3 or 4 hours. I have some in there, but the things that I've kind of brought up in here, I'll put in there later. But I talk about these all the time because they are so good and they don't hurt your lips. Jennifer loves them too. I've heard her talk about them too. Yes, portion control is half the battle. And just like eating healthy. I was not eating healthy at all before. I don't know. It's like I had just not cared. So I'm using this NYX No Filter powder, which is the dupe for my MAC Mineralized there goes my stomach. It's growling. It's time for me to eat because I haven't eaten today. I've kind of also started back with intermittent fasting. So my first meal is usually lunch. NYX Nofilter powder. I have the shade Light Beige, but it is a really great substitute, which I have heard that they are discontinuing, of course, just like they're discontinuing everything else. What plumps with hyaluronic acid, Becky? I just saw that, but I don't see what product it is. So I am just showing you guys. I always do this on camera for you so you can see how it kind of diffuses everything. Or if you feel like you got too much shimmer with your highlighter, you can throw on a finishing powder. And if you're someone who doesn't want to use a setting spray every single day to help your makeup last a little bit longer, this does kind of help with that too. So see how it kind of toned down that highlighter too a little bit, but you can still see it underneath there. So that's just something that you can do, because a lot of the highlighters, a lot of the setting sprays have alcohol in them, the ones that actually make your makeup last a great deal. So I don't like to use them every day. Oh, City Lips, yes. Amir, I don't think I have on too much makeup, but if you do, you're more than welcome to leave the live stream if you're not liking it. I don't feel like this is too much makeup at all. I am wearing, what is this? Chanel Boy lipstick, because I have not worn this in so long and it's so pretty and sheer. Becky, does Lip Fusion have a tingling and stinging? It does look like there's a few in here. Anyway, that is what I'm doing today. It's not too much makeup. People just love to stir up trouble. Thank you, Gail. Gail's on the ball. I do have the Nikkia Joy powder here. Just got it. It does take a while to get here because it's coming from Australia, but yes, I have it. Now, there's a powder that has hyaluronic acid in it that I did not like because I felt like it didn't do my under eyes any favors whatsoever, and that is the By Terry powder. And I know a lot of people like that, but it made my under eye area look dry, and I was surprised. I don't know why. I talked about that in my Unpopular Opinions video. That was the collab I did with Emily Noel. I think that was that collab. And I didn't like that powder, and I thought I would like it, but it didn't work for me. I would think that if anything, that powder would make me look not matte enough, but it just, I didn't like it at all. You guys are sweet. Thank you. Amy, for upper waterline, I do have a video on waterlining if you want to watch it, because it talks a lot about eye health and waterlining and why I don't waterline. I was in eye care for a couple of years, and if you're over 40 and you're waterlining, you're doing a lot of damage to your eyes. So I would, well, I mean, if you're under 42, but it will increase dry eye. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not like it might increase dry eye, and dry eye can be very debilitating and painful. So, you know, you may not feel the problems now, but if you start to get excess watery eyes or just irritation, you're going to want to stop the waterlining. So that's my soapbox moment for the day. But the Marc Jacobs fine liner or highliners are pretty budge proof. A lot of people like the Urban Decay 24/7s. Those are the two that come to mind first for waterlining, if you were going to do that. Thank you guys for your compliments. I appreciate that. Yes, that By Terry powder is very expensive, and I had bought it and I was just like, this is not working. I can't remember if I ended up giving it to somebody or not. My lips love the City Lips too. I am totally stuck on them. They sent me so many shades. I put them on Instagram stories one day and I was like, holy cow, I have so many of these now, which I love. The sunblock from Paula's Choice. No, it's okay. We're kind of in a free talk right now. The sunblock from Paula's Choice is the Resist. It's either Wrinkle Resist or Resist Super Light, and it's got SPF 30. It's a mineral sunscreen, and it's fantastic. I also have a new favorite that I love. So I have two favorites that I love now that I discovered this summer, and it's waterproof. So if you want one for day to day, I really like the Paula's Choice. If you want one that is waterproof, the Coats, it's the face primer SPF 40 is really good as well if you want one that's waterproof. Yeah, I do the lash line sometimes. Sometimes I still have issues. I think I just have sensitive eyes, but you know, even the lash line can sometimes give me issues. So I don't even tight line every day for that reason. But that waterline, I see so many people that just go in the waterline every time. I'm like, ugh, it's just because it blocks those glands. And I dealt directly with dry eye, and the things that increase dry eye, some of the things that increase dry eye are being over 40 and being a woman. We have all the good things, don't we? And looking at devices. And so you're seeing a lot more dry eye in kids these days because of device use, which is kind of sad. Also seeing a lot more high cholesterol because of diet, but that's another story. And sorry, I was looking at the chat. A lot of systemic medications like decongestants. There's some others, a laundry list of medications that can increase dry eye. What doesn't help dry, there's so many things that can increase dry eye, but lining your waterline increases it as well. And over-the-counter eye drops don't improve it. They will, and like Lumify or just any of those lubricant eye drops. I mean, they have some really good ones that will help soothe, but they don't help the problem. Like once it starts, it's there. And sometimes it can even tear your cornea. So it's not good. Is what good for oily skin, Jennifer? Sorry. Oh, the polished oil. Yes, it's so good for oily. Girl, if I like it, it's good for oily skin. Yes, it is. Because I really had never found another sunscreen prior to that I was thrilled with for oily skin, because they always wore terribly under makeup or made me shiny or just felt gross or gave me a huge white cast or took forever to blend in. So yeah, in this, I love it. Like there have been times where I'm just like, you know, it's nighttime, but I'm just going to put on my Paula's Choice anyway. It's so easy. I love it. How long does it take me to do makeup on a typical work day? It really varies on what I'm doing. Less time than what it took me here today in chat. If I'm doing just a simple look, it could take, I would say 30 minutes, which to some people might be long, but I've got these eyebrows to deal with, which are uneven and sparse, and I'm not microbladed. You know, I watch some of these, get ready with me in 5 minutes, and the people will get on there and they've got lash extensions and microbladed brows. And I'm like, well, that is 7 minutes of me getting ready right there because it just takes me a little bit to do my brows and my lashes. So, well, maybe 5 minutes, but you know, so I would say 25 to 30 minutes some days, but some days if I want to do something a little bit more, it could take 40 maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking like hair and makeup together. It could be 45 to an hour, maybe. I'm thinking. I don't think I've timed it in a while because I just get up and I do my routine and I have my coffee and I do other stuff and I don't know. Yeah, eye drops are great to soothe. Yeah, I mean, they do help you feel better. But sometimes if you use eye drops too much, well, if you use eye drops too much on a daily basis, they can actually flush out the good things and compromise the barrier in your eye that actually is good. And then things will be compromised. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't tried the Milk eyeliner. Peach Fuzz. Peach Fuzz. Do I have a thing in here? Hold on. I can't see. Sorry. Oh gosh, y'all are getting a good look at my hair. I don't have it in here. Those Tinkle razors from Amazon. They're just Tinkle razors. Little thin. They're not really razors. They're just like little blade things. They're like this size and they're flat, and that's what I use to take off Peach Fuzz. I have used the finishing touch thing. It takes me longer with that than it does with just a simple tinkle thing going like that or like that. I don't know. That's what I use. Lumify. Yeah, I wouldn't use that on a daily basis either. It does give you white eyes, but it's made from a glaucoma drop that I also used to deal with on a regular basis, and that can also do more harm than good over the long run. I don't know what Prim Sun Fluid is. I haven't tried that, Jennifer. No, Lumify doesn't help dry eyes. Let's see. Jen, you need to see an eye doctor because that's only going to get worse. And they make prescription products specifically for dry eyes. But if you want to try to start helping, I'm acting like I'm like working still for. If you want to taking fish oil every day, they actually one that I took was TheraTears because I've taken Restasis before, which can be expensive, but if you have good insurance, it will cover it. And then they have that Good RX card, but Restasis helps a ton, and what is it, Zysol? Not Zysol. I don't know. There's another one that helps, and TheraTears, which is like a fish oil. But taking fish oil every day helps a lot, and you got to kind of help from the inside out. Eye drops aren't going to do it. But anyway, we're on a whole different topic now. My favorite perfume of the moment is, oh, sorry, I'm reading. My favorite perfume in the summer is Replica Beach Walk. I also like Comptoir Sud Pacifique, or CSP, Vanille Apricot, and Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede is probably my favorite year-round right now. Those are what are coming to mind right now for my favorite perfumes. Yeah, you need to see an eye doctor for sure. And I mean, you'll feel so much better. I feel like when my eyes are irritated, it's all I think about all the time. So guys, I'm going to have to end the chat. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. It's been so long, but I'm so glad that you were here to hang out with me and to just chat and keep it casual and fun. And I enjoyed this day before my birthday. You guys are awesome. Yes, it has. I'm looking at the little time clock up here. I know. Today, before I started, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it to an hour. It just doesn't happen that way, does it? So anyway, I'm going to, if all goes well, I think, oh, you're so sweet, Jennifer. Thank you. I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. And if it does continue that way, I will get that little attachment and try and use my actual Canon good camera, and maybe the quality will be a little better. I don't know. We'll see if this keeps up. Thank you guys so much. I will see you hopefully next week. So, all right, guys, thank you. And I will add everything into the description box at some point today. So just, check back if you're looking for brushes or, something we mentioned. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, Gail, for being the moderator.